Gary, Indiana is still in the dark. More than a week after powerful storms slammed northwest Indiana, thousands of Gary residents remain without electricity. The storms brought winds approaching 100 miles per hour, knocking down trees, power lines, and utility poles, creating a massive challenge for crews working to restore power. For residents, this isn't just about flipping on a light switch. Families are dealing with spoiled food, no air conditioning, and disruptions to everyday life. And frustration is growing as the outage stretches into a second week. Utility crews continue working across Gary, but the damage is extensive. The latest projection has full restoration potentially reaching August 25th, although individual neighborhoods may see power return sooner. Meanwhile, community organizations are stepping up with food, supplies, and support for residents. Gary is waiting, the crews are working, and the entire country is watching. I'm Bob Evans, Viral Insider for Connect TV.
Imagine waking up this morning realizing you've been without electricity for more than a week. No air conditioning, no refrigerator, no reliable way to charge your phone. And for some families, no clear answer about exactly when the lights are coming back on. That's the reality facing thousands of people in Gary, Indiana, as a historic power outage enters its second week following devastating storms that tore through northwest Indiana. And tonight, we're asking the question, how did Gary end up in this situation, and when will the lights finally come back on? The crisis began on August 11th when the powerful storm swept through northwest Indiana. The storms produced winds approaching 100 miles per hour, knocking down trees, utility poles, and power lines across the region. At the height of the disaster, approximately 300,000 customers were without electricity. More than a week later, tens of thousands are still waiting for their power to return. And Gary has been one of the hardest hit communities. As August 20th, roughly 68,000 NIPSCO customers across the region remain without electricity, and more than 2,000 outages were reported in Gary alone. And that's where the frustration really begins to boil over. For residents, this just isn't about having lights, it's about everyday life becoming extremely difficult. The food is spoiling inside refrigerators and freezers. Families are looking for a place where they can charge their phones. People are relying on generators, coolers, and community centers. And for residents who depend on electricity for medical equipment or refrigerated medication, the stakes are even higher. Some residents have described the feeling like they're in survival mode. And then there's the heat. Being without air conditioning for days is more than an inconvenience, especially for elderly residents, children, and people with medical vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, Gary schools have been affected. The Gary Community School Corporation announced that schools will remain closed Thursday and Friday while officials wait for a full power restoration and continue to assess the storm-related damage and safety concerns. So this just isn't a power outage anymore. It's affecting homes, schools, businesses, transportation, and the local economy. I'm your host, Kendrick Dix. Join in that conversation using the hashtag viral here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. So why hasn't the power simply been restored? According to reports, the storm caused enormous damage to electrical infrastructure. NIPSCO has said that Gary needs approximately 300 utility poles, 4 transmission poles repaired or replaced. That gives you an idea of the scale of destruction. And hundreds of utility workers have been through the regions trying to rebuild the system. But rebuilding an electrical grid is as simple as flipping a switch. Crews have to clear trees, replace poles, repair transmission infrastructure, restore individual circuits, and then safely reconnect neighborhoods. NIPSCO said restoration is dependent on the damage in each area. But that hasn't stopped residents from asking simple, very difficult questions. Let's hear what you people had to say on what the people say.
Everybody keep on acting like this a Gary, Indiana thing. This a Indiana thing. This a NIPSCO thing. I'm not in Gary, Indiana, and I've been without power for 9 days as well, and plenty other people have. As y'all can see, this how my backyard is looking. Literally got lines down and all. Also, I had to throw away lots of food as well. And I know lots of y'all just trying to get views off the situation, but I hope y'all know some parts of Gary got power before other parts of Indiana. Gary not having power don't have nothing to do with it being the blackest city, because some of the whiter cities don't got power as well. Now, things would have been different if Gary was the only ones that didn't have power, but lots of other cities is going through the same thing. Also, lots of people saying Gary ain't getting enough coverage, which is true, but it's a couple other cities that ain't make the list and no one talking about as well. If y'all creators really want to help Gary out, y'all need to get NIPSCO to do their job the correct way, because they keep on raising our bill, but the service ain't getting no better. If y'all ain't know, they literally trying to charge us for some of the equipment that got knocked down from the storm. So before some people could even get power, they gotta spend money to get this fixed. But what's crazy, Illinois got hit with the same storm, and ComEd was able to get their power on within a couple days.
Hey, you guys. This shit is crazy. We're officially on day 10, 8 o'clock. It's about to get dark soon. I'm literally just sitting in my car thinking of a fucking plan. Charging my phone. Because I don't have no power, I can't charge it at home. And it's just sickening, bro. Like, we're all going through it, you know? It's not just me, we're all going through it, but let me tell you something. Gary, Indiana wasn't prepared for this. We don't have tornadoes, we don't have hurricane. We didn't even really catch a fucking break. I mean, let's talk about it. This is actually like the third tornado that we had. We had a first one a few months ago that fucked up the whole Maryville, Indiana. Took a lot of houses with them, you know. And then just a month later, we had this one. The power was out from the last one, but it was only out for like 2 days. This one's been the longest. Yeah, we really didn't even recover from the first one. You know, we really didn't even recover from the first one. People don't talk about hard workers that don't get benefits, you know, like myself. I don't get food stamps. So let's talk about the $200 worth of food that I just got, that just got so spoiled, molded. I had to throw it all away, you know. If you get food stamps, fortunately, they give you replacement food stamps for the food that you lost. You know, some people don't qualify for that. I feel like the mayor just wreaking all the publicity. I can't even say the word fucking right. Publicity. Like, y'all bringing food, we're grateful for that. But what about houses that got damaged? What about clothes? What about assistance? You know, food, yeah. Thank you, we appreciate it. We're hungry, but like, that's it? We've been going through hell for 10 days. 10 fucking days. Like, I had to sit in my car for hours just to charge my phone. Then more hours because I don't want to go home. It's dark now. I'm scared that I might get fucking raped or kidnapped or beat up because there's no cameras. It's pitch dark. Then NIPSCO, let's talk about then NIPSCO is lying to us. They said the power was going to be on today. It's 8 o'clock, no power on. Then they said by the 21st. Then you go on the website, it says by the 28th. They don't know. They are overworked and it's not enough for them. And they're just telling us anything so we can shut the fuck up. But they really don't know. We don't know how long we're going to be without power. We don't know. Like, this shit right here make you want to start a riot. Like, it's exhausting, bro. Like, I really feel like leaving. Don't got the money to do that, but definitely feel like just leaving. It's sad out here, man. Our city. Our city's not much, but it's our city. We weren't prepared for this. We don't have this. This is fucking up a lot of families, a lot of homes. Not just me, not just people that you see posting. The whole fucking Indiana, half of Indiana is affected by this. It's not enough resources. It's not enough help out here. We're a low. I can't even talk. I can't even think. Like, at this point, you just want to go to sleep so you can wake up and it's daylight again. That's how sad it is. Just keep us in your prayers. I also want to say I appreciate all the comments, all the positive prayers. It really means a lot. I'm listening to it, I'm reading it, and thank you. You know, but I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to keep positive when you're going through this shit for 10 fucking days. Almost 2 weeks. You guys have a good day, though. Stay prayed up, Gary. It's gonna be all right. We gotta stay positive.
Man, I try not to stay in the local news or the things that I hear on the news. But this has been going on 10 days. And this is Gary, Indiana, and all the little, cities and towns around it. They don't make any sense. And, when you're thinking about the demographics there, we know the real deal. We know why. Yeah, it's 11% Caucasian, but what the other percentage? That is crazy. I remember here a few years ago here where I live, and we had an ice storm, and we was out of power in certain parts of the city. But it wasn't 10 days because they got this together. You know why? You know why? Because the percentage is turned over. You understand? That's why. The percentage is not 11%, Caucasian and 85%, black and brown. Yeah, the percentage here is a little bit more of the Caucasian. That's just true. That's just true. Haven't heard of in the local news until a few days ago. Yesterday, day before yesterday. And I've been holding back on saying anything about it. But man, we are living in some times today. And if you don't see what the hell is going on, you've been blind a long time. I try to stay away from it, but it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.